Hey guys, Missy here from Edge Body, and for this movement tip video today, we are going to be talking about how to properly brace yourself so that you are using your core and your abdominals to do pretty much everything. It's going to take the pressure off your back, and we know that low back injuries is probably the most common that people have when they start doing repetitive exercise, likely because they're just not engaging their core properly. You hear coaches say it all the time. Squeeze your abs, tighten your core, stuff like that, but what does that really mean? That's what we're gonna talk about today. So I'm gonna talk about 4 different things today. Number 1, I'm gonna talk about how to brace your upper body to get that portion of your body ready to go. Tip number 2 is gonna be what you're doing with your lower body so that you are fully braced and ready for a movement. Tip number 3 is then how that is going to incorporate into a lot of different standing exercises that you do in the gym. And then tip number 4, we're gonna take it down to the ground, and I'm gonna talk about how you can stay braced during ab exercises or anything that you're doing in that lying position. All right guys, tip number 1 of the bracing sequence. How do we get our upper body set so that we're using and engaging our core properly, okay? You're gonna roll those shoulder blades back so that you're engaging them and keeping nice, good posture. And then what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna pull your rib cage down. So if I had my fingertips on my hip bones and then my thumbs on my ribs, I'm trying to shorten the distance between the two so that I'm pulling my rib cage down, engaging my upper abs. Here's what it looks like from the side, okay? So I'm here, I'm rolling my shoulder blades back, engaging them, keeping my back nice and strong, and then I'm gonna pull my rib cage down so it flattens out my back, and this is nice and tight. So tip number 2, we have our upper body set. What happens to our lower body, okay? So we've rolled those shoulder blades back, we've pulled our rib cage down. Next is that we're squeezing our glutes, thinking about screwing those feet into the ground and anchoring up our hips into the movement. So here, okay, you kind of have that belly punch test where if somebody were to come up and hit you, you're engaged and ready to go, okay? From the side, okay, we've rolled our shoulder blades back, rib cage down, and we're squeezing our glutes so that this is nice and flat, core is nice and tight, engaged, so my abs are holding me up into this position, my lower back is turned off, and then my glutes are tight, stabilizing that core so that I'm ready for other exercises. All right guys, and tip number 3, how we're gonna use that to do some standing movements. So I'm just gonna show you a couple movements, the kettlebell swing, the shoulder press, and the air squat, so that you can really pay attention to how keeping braced and really bracing, engaging that core is gonna help you move through those exercises safely. What we see a lot is this open fault where glutes aren't engaged, okay, chest is up, and we want the reverse so that our back is nice and flat, okay? So with an air squat, for instance, okay, I'm gonna roll those shoulder blades back, rib cage down, and then I'm able to go through this air squat with my spine nice and braced, okay? Same thing with the kettlebell swing. Roll my shoulder blades back, rib cage down, so I'm holding with my abs, and then I'm able to engage in this movement with a nice flat back, okay? Same thing with overhead movements. So I'm standing, okay? Shoulders are up here, so those are already engaged. Versus like this, I'm gonna pull my rib cage down, squeeze my glutes, back stays nice and flat, and nothing else should be moving except my shoulders or the upper body movement that you're doing. All right guys, and then tip number 4, how do we engage our core with abdominal exercises or exercises we're doing on the ground? These actually can help you so that you can tell if you're drawing that rib cage down and really holding yourself with your upper body. Because ab exercises, people tend to feel in their lower back because their lower back is doing too much work. So for instance, with the V hold, okay, when I'm holding myself up, I'm slightly leaning back and then I'm engaging, drawing that rib cage down. So then when I pick my feet up, everything is here, this is nice and relaxed, versus opening up that chest and then I'm holding myself in my lower back. V hold, same idea. So if I'm on the ground, okay, I'm gonna pull my rib cage up, squeeze my glutes, okay, and I'm holding up in that position, which you can tell isn't as easy as it looks, and you're squeezing together, everything is holding up from here, not your lower back. You would do the same thing for movements like push-ups and stuff like that. All right guys, so remember, the next time you're in the gym, the next time you're doing any exercises, back squat, pull-ups, push-ups, you name it, you want to go through the bracing sequence before you get started so that it just becomes a habit for you to get yourself ready to move. It may seem simple, but this one thing will change how you feel during the workouts and keep all that pressure off your lower back. I hope this was helpful. See you next time in the gym, and if you haven't been in yet, fill out our free trial form and we will contact you to get you to come in. Thanks for tuning in, guys.